Hello everyone, TimeToGrind here, and today I wanted to talk about Rogue Tower. And Rogue Tower is one of the first Roguelite Tower Defense games that I think is actually amazing. I love tower defense games and I love roguelites, and there have been a couple of games that attempted to mash up the genres, but none of them have impressed me and kept me interested as long as Rogue Tower has. So Rogue Tower starts off really simple. You have a big tower that enemies try to get to, and you have ballista towers you can buy to place in different spots to kill enemies that are trying to get to the tower. And you want to try to put them on higher ground so they have more range and deal more damage. And every single wave you have to expand a part of the map. So you're constantly making the map bigger and bigger, and sometimes it splits off in different paths and it's completely random. And every couple of rounds you get to choose a card out of a couple different options. And there could be new towers like flamethrowers, mortars, or sniper towers. And you can also find upgrades for the towers you already have, like a damage boost to all your ballistas, or something that might make your attack planes deal bleed damage or poison damage or something. And your towers automatically level up and get stronger by attacking enemies, or you can level them up all separately for money. There isn't different paths you can go down on each tower. You can only upgrade their health damage, their armor damage, or shield damage. And these are the three types of damage in the game. And I really like that each tower doesn't have its own unique paths, because it allows the cards that you draw every couple of rounds to be the core focus of upgrading the towers, and it gives it more of a roguelite feel than a lot of other of these games that I've played. You can also change the targeting on each of your towers so they target the fastest enemies, or the enemies with the most health or armor or shield or something, but I have to say that this system is really convoluted and very unclear. There are 3 tiers of targeting, and at times the game hasn't mattered in what order you put them in. Now in a new update it does, and it's all just a little bit confusing. I like the depth that this potentially offers, but I would rather have more depth come from things like the cards that you're drawing versus having to change the targeting of all my towers within 3 different tiers with each tower. So a lot of the times I just ignore it, but sometimes you really need to have certain towers target, what they're strong at fighting. And so you keep going, and eventually we'll fight bosses and new enemies, and if you can reach round 45 and win, you win the game, but you'll probably die many times before that. But between each game, you earn experience that you use to drastically improve your towers in a gigantic perk tree. This ranges from unlocking new towers, unlocking upgrades for certain towers that you can find in future runs, or getting actual passive buffs to yourself or some of your towers. So as an example, you start getting offered more cards more and more often, until eventually you'll be drawing a new card every single round, which is absolutely crazy and obviously makes you a lot stronger, because you're going to be able to buff your towers up way more than you did when you first started playing the game. You can also start the game with, more starting gold, or increasing the max HP of your tower. And so eventually you'll learn enough about the game and get just powerful enough to beat the game by surviving wave 45. And when you do that, I'd recommend trying to beat the next difficulty, which is double defense, where the paths split into 2 at the very beginning. And then after that, you have triple defense. And so I have over 16 hours in the game right now as of writing this review, and I have beat single defense and double defense, and have gotten every single upgrade the game has to offer. And I'm still addicted to the game though, because I want to try to beat triple defense, and I'm slowly beating my high score on the mode. After that, I may be a little less inclined to play, but there's a lot of achievements to win in quirky ways, like trying to win only using ballistas, or only using ballistas and one other tower like flamethrowers. I do wish the achievements were shown in-game in some sort of list or something, and maybe included some sort of reward for getting some of the achievements, like tower skins or card frames or card backs or something, but still just them being there in like the Steam achievement list, is something, and something that may, give the game a little bit more replayability. And the game is really pretty on its own. I really like the bright, clean, kind of like voxel-based looking art style, but the UI in the game is kind of weird. Sometimes the UI elements can be really small or just a little clunky, and you get used to it, it's fine. I just think it's something that could definitely be improved. The soundtrack, however, is a freaking banger. Honestly, it's way better than it has any right to be, and it really makes getting up into higher, waves and stuff like that really intense and like really hype. hype. I also would love new content like new towers to unlock by completing achievements or new game modes or maps or something like that, whether it's DLC or an update, but either way, as it stands for $15, I think you can get a ton of bang for your buck in this game. So if you are a fan of tower defense games and roguelikes, this should be a must play for you. I truly think it's one of the best tower defense roguelites that exists right now, and I'm really excited to see what the future of the game holds. It's been getting balance patches and stuff like that, so hopefully we'll see more of something in the future. And if you want to see more gameplay of this game, I have a playlist with around 15 videos so far, so definitely recommend checking that out. Also, if you've played this game before, I would love to hear you guys' thoughts in the comments down below. And if you enjoyed this video, consider liking, subscribing, and ringing that bell like all the big boy YouTubers say to be notified when more Rogue Tower content comes out or reviews like this. And if you're going to be grinding out some Rogue Tower on your own, then I wish you guys luck and see you all next time.